Our top story here, another possible case of animal abuse in the Capital Region. Close to a dozen animals discovered dead inside an apartment on County Road 64A in SHUSHAN. That's a tiny hamlet in the town of Salem in Washington County. Our Craig Smith spent the evening at the property, and he's now joining us live in the studio. Craig, police know who was living there, so where does the investigation stand tonight?
Well, there's still a few steps behind the charge stage at this point, Dory. Tonight I met with the woman who owns that house. The way she tells it, if her tenant had paid his rent on time, she might never have had a reason to go inside. She says when she told him she would fix a problem, he told her to stay out.
He told me if I called on him, I ruined his life, and so I had to deal with that too.
Liz Osterhout says recently her tenant had not paid the rent and complained that she had not fixed the chimney. But when she told him she would get right on it, she says he insisted she not come inside. And then he did pay the rent. She stopped by Thursday with a chimney sweep.
The more we kept discovering animals that were deceased, I cried. I just cried. I had no idea this was going on in my house.
According to the sheriff's office, there were 11 dogs with no food, no water, no heat, 5 rabbits, 3 of them dead, and several exotic birds, all dead. An aquarium appears to be frozen solid. The lead investigator says his team has spoken to the tenant and says charges are pending. According to Osterhout, her tenant is a man in his early 40s with 3 kids and an ex-wife. An animal groomer, she says, works for a veterinarian in Queensbury.
From what he told me, he was depressed. I think he got over his head. I think he just doesn't know how to say no. He kept taking in animals, couldn't feed them. Depressed, by the way, things look around here. It's not someone that's pretty proud to live in their house.
Osterhout said he had dachshunds in there and a greyhound as well. One of the investigators told me they're waiting to see how the dogs recover, and they're waiting until they can meet with the district attorney before charges are filed. Craig Smith, CBS 6 News.